NIOS welcomes you all in this live session for subject Library Science. This is for senior secondary level. Code is 339. Module number 3, Organization of Information Resource. This is lesson number 12, Library and Information Service for the users. This is part 1. Let's continue. First, we will discuss few difficult words and concept. I will explain their meaning, then we will continue with the chapter. First, you can see a picture. Word is researcher. This is the sign for researcher. What is the meaning of researcher? A person who do a deep study in a certain topic. We call them researcher, like scientists or environmentalists or doctors, because they study in a specific topic in deep. So they are researchers. So next word is essential, or we can say very important. For example, we all are human beings. Our essential need is food, house and water and clothes also. So this is our basic essential needs or importance. So if we study, we get educated or study, so why we are doing this? Because we want to complete or reach our essential needs. Organize. So what's the organize mean? Means you are cleaning your stuff, your things, and putting them in compartment so that you can find it later very easily. Next word is resource. This sign we use is resource, like our house is resource. If we want to build house, what we need? We need cement, we need bricks, we need woods. So all these are resources for building a house. Same, if we want to learn a certain topic or we want to do research, we need resources. Next word is recreation. What is the recreation means? It means enjoyment, like chapter reading, joke cracking, reading stories, etc. Assistance. It means helping each other or supporting. For example, if you don't know about anything in computer, you can ask your colleague or your friend to help you. So that's we call assistance. Next word is service. So if your car damaged or something happened to your car, you go to the garage and mechanic fix your car and that's service he gives you, and you give them money in exchange. So we call services. Desirable. Desirable means need or yes or no. Like for example, I'm looking for a home or house. I want a garden near or mall near, shopping mall near or market near. So I'm desirable for that. So if the garden is there, I'm desirable. I want that. If not, it means I'm not desirable for that. Next word is supplement. For example, if a person feels sick or their body is not full with vitamins, they need to cure their illness. to support their health. They need supplements for vitamins. Same with our education study. If you are studying, then you need supplement books for help you in your studies. Professional work is like doctor is working professionally, engineer is a working professional, ID profession, all these work called professional. Literature related to our studies, book materials, history and other topics. All these books we call literature. Bibliography, you all may do research, and when you do research, you didn't write by yourself, you use resources. So in bibliography you make a list of resources, the author's name, the book's title name, and the publisher who published that book. So a list of your resources we call bibliography. Anticipation, it's mean guessing. I'm guessing my 10th is I clear, hopefully I will pass the result, maybe I get 80% or 85%. So we call it anticipation, guessing. Next word is evaluation. It's mean checking. For example, I purchased a laptop and I am opening and seeing if laptop is working correctly or not, or if the shopkeeper give me the correct laptop or system. Next, traditional and technology, like now technology advancement, traditional food, traditional culture, slowly traditional are changing. Sufficient, it's mean enough. If you go somewhere and you go like you have 5,000 rupees and you feel it's sufficient for your travel or your visit. Render, what is the render means? It mean borrowing, giving or taking. So like if you have this book, can you give me? It's a render. Borrow. Or rules, regulation, it's mean if there is a road you have to follow traffic light rules, there are regulation you have to follow. If you didn't follow regulations, you must face some consequences. Magazine, in magazine you can see song related famous people's biography, cooking recipes, and your horoscope. It's released in every month or every week. Translation, what's translation meaning? If you don't understand Hindi, you can translate in your own version, regional language, or own version of your translation, like Hindi to English, Hindi to Tamil or other language. Appropriate, like correct, acceptable. Like if I'm going to interview, if I wear some casual clothes or model clothes, so it's not appropriate for me to go an interview. I have to dress formally. That's the correct way to dress for an interview. So if I wear formals, that's appropriate for interview. Fiction and non-fiction. So fiction means imaginary stories, thinking about space, science, cartoons, superheroes. All these stories are fictionals, and on other hand, non-fictional means true incidents and true stories based on true situations. both are different from each other. So we discussed difficult word. Let's continue and let's see the introduction of this chapter. Libraries since ages have stored materials that enable ideas, knowledge and experience to be passed from one generation to other generation. They build collections tailored to the needs and goals of the organizations they serve. Like for example, academic libraries build collections for students, teachers and researchers. This collection is systematically organized by the library for use by the users. The library collections serve as an important resource in education, work and recreation of millions of people. Assistance and services provided by the libraries or librarians. Here, librarians not only organize the collection but provide assistance to library users in various ways to support learning, interest and other activities. Reference. They help you to search or collect your book or reference that you need for your further study or research, and other these services promote the library material connected to the library. Next is information service, and next meetings the information needs of the users. Now let's continue. Objectives of the lesson. Explain the needs and importance of the service offered by a library. List of the type of services offered by libraries, for example, essential and desirable. Next, desirable various essential services. Desirable various essential services. Next is identify and discuss various desirable services and elaborate upon the type of services offered by academic, special and public libraries. All these are objectives of the lesson. Break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को लोकित जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। स्वयं बने, हम
Welcome back. Let's continue. Needs for information. First point, information is crucial for all our activities. Second point, people need information for study, research, for pursuing their careers, healthcare, problem solving, recreation, and lifelong learning. Third point, students need information to supplement their textbook studies and for project work. Teachers need information for teaching and research. Next point, fifth point, professionals like Doctors, engineers, consultants, etc. need information to pursue their careers efficiently. Point number 6, planners and policymakers need information to form policies, frame policies, and take correct decisions. Point number 7, researchers need information to remain updated in their areas. Next point, to find out new areas of research and to solve any research problem. Next, after many surveys for information requirements of all categories of library users, 4 types of information needs of the users have been identified. First, you can see all these 4 points I will explain in further. First point is current information need. When library users need information to keep themselves up to date with latest developments in their areas of interest on a regular basis. Next, executive information need. It means when a library user wants to have information on a particular topic as executive as possible, researchers mainly have this type of information need when they start their research work. Next, third point, everyday information need is the need for a specific piece of information which users require generally in their day-to-day activities. Point number 4, catching up information need. Catching up information need arise when a user who is not conversant with a particular subject field requires an account of overall development of that subject in a short and compact form. Library services. To meet information need of the user, libraries provide a range of service. Next, which are broadly known as reference service and information service. First, let's see reference service. Reference services are concerned with direct personal assistance to the user seeking information. It covers direct services such as assistance to the user in the use of the library and its tools, assistance in searching and locationing documents and ready reference. After long range reference services, literature search and completion of bibliography, helping in research, etc., and indirect service such as selection, organization, and maintenance of library material for reference service. Task of reference sections such as keeping a record of reference queries, preparation of publicity material, evaluation of reference section, etc. Information service. Information service are provided in anticipation of various needs of the use of libraries fall under information services, current awareness services, indexing and abstracting services at time. These services are provided on demands from the users. Second service we call current awareness service indexing, and we also call it abstracting servicing or service. So let's see the examples here. Reference service and information service. First we have in reference service is traditional service, and information service and non-traditional service, new ideas, concepts and books, etc. Point number 2, in reference service we have emphasizes is on providing documents, and on other hand emphasizes is on providing information. Third point, reference service, user is given the material or directed to locate the material exact information. On other hand, attempt is made to provide exact information. In reference service, fourth is aim is to instruct the user. Explain them the process how to do, and on the other hand information service less concerned with instructing user. Point number 5, reference service provided on demand. If users demand, then they will give the service, and on other hand service provided in anticipation of need. Next point, reference service, passive service. Library staff waits for the user to approach them and make a demand. On the other hand, active service, library staff provide service and anticipation to keep users well informed. Next point is information services for the user. Reference and information services may also be broadly grouped into two parts. First is responsive information service, also known as passive information service, provided in response to the request from the library users. Point number 2, anticipatory information service, also known as the active information service, are provided in anticipation by guessing. Break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम स्वयं बने, हम
Welcome back. Let's continue with basic or essential services rendered by all type of libraries. So you can see all these point here. First point is lending or circulation service, also known as circulation service. Each library follows a particular issue system for lending the books and receiving back. For example, for your research purpose or for book reading, you render the book for 20 days or 15 days, 2 weeks or month or 2 months. So every library has their own system for that purpose. Academic, public and special libraries offer this service through rules and regulations of circulation service may differ. So they have their rules and regulations also, but their circulation services, they have difference in that. In some libraries, issue and return of the book are handled manually. So in some libraries, these services are computerized. So if you see inside some libraries, they mention in their register. Point number 2, reservation of documents. Point number 1, reservation of the document is important service. Point number 2, the library makes provision to reserve a book in the user's name so that they can hang over them later. Third point is whenever the book is returned, the library informs the user book is reserved so that he or she can get the particular book which he booked earlier or asked earlier to library. Third, entire library loan, which means even largest libraries can't afford to have a sufficient collection to satisfy users. It's very difficult. So libraries usually have an engagement with others libraries to share their resources on reciprocal basis. Under this agreement, the required document is then borrowed from other library on interlibrary loan and is given to the users. Next, assistance in the use of library and library tools. Readers need directional guidance. They need to know the journal layout of the library, location of the newspapers, magazines, display racks, location of the textbooks, reference books, availability of card catalog or computer terminal for OPEC. Reading rooms for journal reading and periodicals reading. Reference room where standard reference books are stacked and displayed with guides. The reference counter where a professional assistant is provided. Fifth, reference service. So what is reference service? Librarian may utilize the resources available in the library as well as those available outside the library. Depending upon the user's requirement, librarian may give information itself on the documents counting the information. Point 3. Basic service under this category is ready reference service and long range reference service. You can see the example in the table. Ready reference service or short range reference service. First is grammar and language. Second is background information on the topic, where I can find information on history of telecommunication, journal, encyclopedia, or trends where major development took place in the field of space research in last years, or yearbooks, etc. In other example, you can see like journal facts, astronomical data, or dates, places, or you can see biographies of people, or history of organizations, names, address, etc. Long range reference service. First, for example, new inventions in the field of library classification and new development in the cancer research. All these are long range reference. Such informations are gathered after consulting many sources and take a long time, hence such services are called long range reference service. Sixth, reader advisory service. The service helps the reader to select the right book for educational and recreational purpose. Such a service is usually offered in school and public libraries. Positive attitude towards the library should be developed at the early stage to know the importance of library, its resources for lifelong learning and personal development. Point 7. Library orientation for users. Libraries normally organize user organization or user initiation programs for the new student every year. Such program acquaint the user with the library and its facilities, such as journal rules and regulation of the library, reference services, use of catalogs and how to use it, etc. The basic aim of the user's orientation program is to introduce service to the users. These programs are in the form of a lecture by librarian followed by a tour of the library. Brochure containing all the information which is distributed to the students, or an audio visual kit that is prepared to introduce the library to the new students. So today we discussed this part 1. Hope you all understand about the library and their rules, regulation. Hope you all understand this topic well. Thank you for watching me.